Hello, 8th graders. So we have a couple of things to note for today's report card. So first of all, this is your report card processing page. Notice that there's once again a list of options of different events or actions, or you can reference people that happened during John Adams's presidency. So that's thinking about that time period. You are seeing how are the actions and happenings of that time period measuring up to the goals set by the preamble. So this is where you're thinking, okay, what person, event, or action during John Adams's presidency demonstrates, and then you're going to get a phrase. How well does the evidence you choose accomplish that goal? And then why? Now, couple of things to note that we saw from the Washington report card. Overall, it is very important. You are not grading yourself or just what is given to you. You are assessing the events and actions of that era to see if it is accomplishing and how it is accomplishing the goals set by the preamble. So answers that are going to be asked to be redone that do not provide any evidence are, I think I get a C because I do some of the work but not all of it. Or this evidence isn't explained, therefore it should get a C. You're not grading what was there. You're grading how well does that evidence accomplish the preamble phrase goal. So thinking about the Washington stepping down. So how well does Washington stepping down from the presidency accomplish ensuring the blessings of liberty and freedom to them and their posterity? That's where you're giving it a grade of A, B, C, D. And then in the rationale, you're using your personal understanding to tell me why it is or is not working for that particular phrase. Okay, now we're going to go through a couple of examples with the Adams presidency in order to help you really see what changes need to be made. So first, we're going to look at the phrase ensure domestic tranquility. We're using the example of the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions. So we're seeing what person, event, or action during John Adams's presidency demonstrates ensured domestic tranquility. Okay, well, I'm going to look back at this list and think, okay, which one do I think has something to do or is trying to accomplish ensuring domestic tranquility? Well, I'm going to choose the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions because I know that that's like the states saying something and the states want to have a say, and I think that's going to help like at home be peaceful. So then I would say, okay, well, how well? Well, thinking back to what the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions were, they basically wanted to allow states to say if they thought a federal law was constitutional or not. Ugh. I think that could really actually create some problems. I don't think that that's ensuring domestic tranquility well. I think it's minimal. So then I ask myself, okay, why do I think the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions demonstrates ensure domestic tranquility to a minimal extent? I believe that the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions demonstrate ensure domestic tranquility to a minimal extent because having the states being able to question federal laws could lead to trouble. It reminds me of the issues with the Articles of Confederation on how there were too many heads that wanted to have their own say with no central government. This is why I don't think it ensures domestic tranquility, because it creates too many cooks in the kitchen. So you're processing through, you're identifying what evidence works or doesn't work, but what evidence is trying to accomplish that preamble phrase. And then what can you process of how well and why? Another example, okay? So looking at the preamble phrase, establish justice or create a fair legal system. What person, event, or action during John Adams's presidency demonstrates established justice? Well, looking at that list again, thinking there's the Sedition Act, there's the 12th Amendment, there's the Alien Act. Well, I understand the Alien Act pretty well, so I'm going to choose that. But then when I really think about how well is the Alien Act creating a fair legal system, I don't think it really is. I think there are still some problems with that. So that's where I'm going to still give it a minimal grade. Now, why do I think the Alien Act demonstrates established justice to a minimal extent? I think it's because the Alien Act discriminates against particular foreigners and does not allow for the American ideal of creating a safe space for all people. That doesn't seem fair, and that doesn't seem to be legal, especially considering the controversy that states wanted to nullify the Alien Act. So that's a way to process the examples of what are you supposed to be thinking as you are creating and completing this assessment. So lastly, we very specifically, so Ms. Klug and myself went through and gave you feedback on your Washington report card. Please note, on your home page for your U.S. History Canvas, you have your to-do list, and then right below it is recent feedback. Check that feedback before you complete your Adams report card. See what went well and what didn't go well for Washington's report card so you can take that into consideration and then do your Adams report card. Email any questions, comments, or concerns. Ms. Klug and I will be here for you, especially those of you on Wednesday. Join the Google Meets. They will be important. They will be opportunities to review Adams' presidency as well as go over any questions you might have about the task. Thanks very much.